Hi, I'm Goodwin Fernandez here, the infectious doctor, here with another short video on COVID-19. This is one of my series, and thank you very much for watching. So what I'm going to talk about in this video is prevention. How do we prevent COVID? How do we prevent ourselves from getting infected? So number one, hand washing. That is the cornerstone of infection prevention. Any infection, cornerstone of prevention is hand washing, hand hygiene, especially more important now because we know the coronavirus exists on surfaces, stays alive on surfaces for prolonged periods. High touch surfaces, elevator buttons, doorknobs, touch pads in the checkout lane, etc. Those can all be potentially contaminated with coronavirus, and so we need to remember to wash or sanitize our hands more frequently than ever before. Whenever we leave a building, we sanitize. When you leave the elevator, you sanitize. Just before you get into your car, when you get into your car, you sanitize. Before you eat, you either wash your hands or you sanitize. So just very frequent hand washing. For me at work, obviously I sanitize before and after every patient's room. I sanitize when I am done kind of that section of rounding, just frequent hand washing. Number two is to physical distancing, social distancing, physical distancing. So you don't want to be too close to people who are infected. And that, for us in the healthcare environment, that's not possible because obviously we are with sick people. So in our setting, we have our personal protective equipment that we utilize, and that's separate. But just talking about the common person on the street going around day to day, basically just try not to get too close to people. I went out this week for the first time. We had to go to Jacksonville Bank or whatever, and then we decided to get something to eat. And so you go into the food place, the restaurant, we did take out, and you make a conscious effort not to stand too close to people, especially because I wasn't wearing a mask. And so, I didn't want to kind of impose on somebody's personal space, and then I'm not wearing a mask, but then I wasn't coughing, I wasn't sneezing, I wasn't doing anything. So just maintaining that distance, at least 6 feet from somebody else. They weren't close to me. Well, you got a little closer to the cashier, but if people are not sick, if somebody's sick, you try not to get too close to them. Otherwise, just generally you try and keep your distance. Now, passing somebody just in passing, you're not gonna get infected from just passing them, because remember we said time. So 1, 2, a split second, that's not going to do anything, right? But you maintain the distance physically, and you generally should be okay, like going to stores and so on, not getting too close to people. Now, the third thing is maintaining a strong immune system. So you want to basically enhance your body. You eat nourishing foods, and the analogy I use is like if you have a luxury vehicle like a Porsche or whatever, you're going to put the premium gas in it. You're not going to put regular gas. So just your body, treat it like it's all you have, your body. So treat it like a luxury vehicle or whatever, and try as much as possible to put the best things, the best quality foods and drinks and so on in your body to kind of maintain that good, strong immune system. Fruits, vegetables, less processed foods, more real foods. You can tell what they are. Less preservatives as much as possible. Less sugar. We know sugar is pro-inflammatory, so excessive amounts of sugar will stress the body and promote inflammation. And of course, when you are trying to be as fit as possible to prevent infection, you don't want your body struggling with toxins and sugar and other things like that. So those are the main things I would advise in terms of prevention. Hand washing, we have to get out there. We can't stay in a bubble forever, right? So hand washing, number one. Number two, maintaining a physical distance as much as possible, but bearing in mind that it's time. So if it's very short interactions, right? And then distance, time and distance. Short interactions, wider distance. And then the third thing, the immune system and eating nourishing foods, etc. Okay.